Crossover thrash, often simply called crossover, is one of the most explosive, relentless, and unapologetically confrontational genres in the history of heavy music. Emerging in the early to mid-1980s, it fused the furious speed and political intensity of hardcore punk with the technical brutality of thrash metal. The result? A genre that didn't just blur boundaries, it obliterated them. At its core, crossover thrash was a cultural collision. In its early days, punk and metal existed in separate orbits. Punk was raw, defiant, stripped down. Metal was elaborate, precise, and theatrically intense. But by the early 80s, these scenes began to intersect, particularly in cities like New York, Los Angeles, Houston, and San Francisco. Disillusioned punks picked up double kick pedals, and metalheads started playing faster, louder, and angrier. From this sonic friction, crossover thrash was born. Few bands define the genre more than DRI, Dirty Rotten Imbeciles. Hailing from Houston, Texas, they solidified the genre with their landmark 1987 album Crossover, which didn't just describe their sound, it named an entire movement. Tracks like 5-Year Plan and Suit and Tie Guy combined punk's speed and urgency with metal's riff-heavy aggression. It was manic, disciplined chaos. Music built for stage dives, spin kicks, and political rage. On the West Coast, suicidal tendencies evolved from Venice Beach skate punks into crossover icons. Led by the inimitable Mike Muir, the band's transformation was clear by the late 80s, with albums like Join the Army and How Will I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today. Songs like Trip at the Brain and Possessed to Skate became youth anthems, equally at home in thrash pits and punk squats. Then there was Stormtroopers of Death, SOD, a short-lived but genre-defining supergroup formed by Scott Ian of Anthrax and members of Nuclear Assault and MOD. Their 1985 debut, Speak English or Die, is a masterpiece of crossover's brash humor and militarized riffage, offensive, explosive, and entirely self-aware. It mocked authority while sonically punching it in the face. From North Carolina, Corrosion of Conformity started as a hardcore outfit before diving headfirst into crossover territory with albums like Animosity, 1985, and Technocracy, 1987. Their blend of political lyrics and southern fried riffing showed just how flexible and powerful the genre could be. COC would later shift towards sludge and stoner rock, but their crossover legacy remains untouchable. Other essential acts include Excel, Ludacris, MOD, Method of Destruction, and Nuclear Assault, each adding regional flavor and lyrical venom. While the sound was ferocious, it was never mindless. Crossover thrash channeled themes of anti-authoritarianism, war, social discontent, and dark satire, often with the kind of urgency that demanded you mosh now, ask questions later. Musically, the genre is defined by rapid tempos, aggressive power chords, shouted vocals, and breakneck transitions. Unlike pure thrash metal, crossover kept things tight. Songs often clocked in under 2 minutes, but hit with the force of a wrecking ball. Think of it as a hardcore punk riot armed with Slayer riffs. By the 2000s and 2010s, crossover saw a massive resurgence. Bands like Municipal Waste, Iron Reagan, and Power Trip resurrected the genre with modern production and no shortage of old-school intensity. These groups didn't just mimic. They honored the spirit of the scene while pushing it forward for a new era of pit warriors and riff junkies. Today, crossover thrash remains alive, loud, and loyal to its roots. It thrives in DIY clubs, basement shows, underground fests, and anywhere people need to scream truth to power through a wall of distortion. It's not just a genre, it's a philosophy, a flag planted in resistance, a soundtrack for those who live fast, question everything, and still believe that 3 chords and a breakdown can change the world. For fans who crave intensity, honesty, and total sonic annihilation, crossover thrash is more than music. It's a battlefield.